Thank you, Linda Reinstein and the ADAO, for the privilege of introducing Dr. David Yankelevitz as a recipient of this year's Irving J. Selikoff Award. David truly embodies Dr. Selikoff's spirit of academic medicine and public health leadership by bridging the gaps between observation, science, patient care, and dissemination of knowledge. David has worked for decades to improve the lives of patients at risk for lung cancer and mesothelioma, like those exposed to asbestos. His innovation and perseverance have revolutionized lung and thoracic cancer screening, detection, and early diagnosis. On a personal note, Yankee, as we call him, is not only a consummate clinician and researcher, but also a dear friend and colleague. He and Claudia are among few people in medicine who my entire family knows by first name because of how integral their mentorship and sponsorship have been to my life, happiness, and career. I only regret that I can't be there in person, but it is my absolute honor to present the Irving Selikoff Award to Dr. David Yankelevitz today.
Well, this really is a wonderful award, and I greatly appreciate it. I've been working with Claudia since 1986, continuously, so it's a pretty long time we've been at this. And one of the things that you'll notice, we often think about the same thing. So one of the first things I was going to say when I got up on this stage was, that guy over there, John Field, I wanted to say something also. So, and what I was going to say was slightly different. I was just going to say, listen, I never saw the guy before, I never heard of him before, but my feeling was that I was kind of glad that he got his award. I think it just seemed well-deserved. The idea, we've been doing lung cancer screening, and Raja really gave a wonderful background for what we've done. And we started that really in 1992. It started off, everybody was really all excited about it, and then, as he said, the enemies came. In 2010, we moved to Mount Sinai. We were at Cornell, and in Mount Sinai we were there, and we're going through this wonderful honeymoon period where they had recruited us, and we brought our team. We were getting to know everybody, and at some point in 2011, 2012, somewhere around there, we get a subpoena from Philip Morris. You know, what did I know from subpoenas from Philip Morris? They wanted everything. They wanted everything we had ever done in lung cancer. Philip Morris was being sued by 3 states in the United States because they wanted Philip Morris to pay for all of the lung screening in those states. And that would have cost probably billions of dollars. And the only evidence that was being used to say that lung cancer screening was of value was our work. So they didn't want to just look at our publications. They wanted everything. They wanted every rejection letter we had from a journal. They wanted every grant we had ever written that wasn't funded. They wanted every email we had ever written between each other. They wanted every CT scan. They wanted every pathology slide. They had 2 full pages of demands. So you get something like that, it's kind of shocking. And so naturally the first thing we do is we have to get a lawyer. So Mount Sinai provides us with some lawyers, and we get these 2 very lovely lawyers, one who is now the chief counsel, it turns out now, has become the chief counsel at Mount Sinai. They work for a small private law firm, and as they're talking to us, they tell us that they also represented Irving Selikoff when he was subpoenaed by Philip Morris and sued by every asbestos company. And so we got to hear all these wonderful stories about Irving Selikoff, and they told us how he would deal with some of the things he went through and how kind of a tough guy he was, mentally strong. And they told me stories about when they were trying to serve him with subpoenas in his apartment, he would be sneaking down the back the staircase to avoid the subpoenas. And I have to say, it just, in a weird way, it just made me feel good to be in his company in that small way. And when I heard Brad talking about it, I know Brad is going through a lot of this, and our friends from Libby, who I see are here now, I know what they're going through. I know how tough it is. And I also know when we went through problems you find out who your friends are very quickly. And when we were at Mount Sinai, we went through a lot of different problems. There were a lot of challenges. And I can also tell you that you don't need a lot of friends, but you need some good friends that'll stand up for you. And if you're in trouble, you can't have a better friend than Raja Flores, who'll just stand up and just not worry about, you know, the political ramifications, just does what he thinks is the right thing. And so we have a big debt to Raja for, you know, in tough times you need a good friend. And so that was very important to us. And to our friends at Libby, you know, I can assure you we'll stand with you as well. So with that said, it's really quite an honor to be here and to be part of this and to see what this organization is doing. So thank you very much.